So I have already explained few things. So these three are the important things you need to understand. That is a cardinality, cross filter direction, and active properties. So to work on these three things, you need to understand it first. So let's learn the basics of this. So first we'll learn about the cardinality. So it has three types: one to many to one to one, and many to many. So the first one, one to many and many to one. That is one is to many, one is to star, star is to one. You can see there are two tables, customers table and orders table. Under customers table, you have ID customer, first name, second name. Under orders table, you have ID order, order date, and ID customer. And you can see under the customer table, it has a unique ID where there is no duplicate values under the ID customer. If you check out the orders ID order, it has a different order ID which is unique. And if you compare the customers table with the orders table, you have something in common, that is ID customer. So we can create a relationship between these two tables. Here, in the first table, if you see customers table, ID customer, all the IDs are unique and it is not repeating. In orders ID customer, the values, IDs or the values are getting repeated. So it is in multiple times. So it is once. Here all the values are unique. It's only once. All the values are once. So it is one is to, here the value, same value is repeated again multiple times. So it is many. So here we use one is to many relationship, or you can use many is to one relationship. And next, if we go to one, you can find two tables, passport table and person table, which is taken from this whole big table. ID passport valid till when it is valid and till when it is issued. And the next is person table, that is ID passport, the first name, second name, and the country the person belongs to. So these are the information. And if you check, the ID passport of the passport has a unique values and the person of the ID passport has the unique value. So both the table has a unique value. So they don't repeat. So it is 1:1 cardinality or the relationship. Next is many to many. So you can see three tables here. One is for product type, cars sold and cars produced. So let me just explain this entire example using Power BI desktop with some example. So this is an example of cars produced, cars sold, and product type. It's a different example from which we are working before. It's a different example. I just wanted to show. So I've already loaded in the example into the data model and I've created two visualization charts. So if you click on this first chart, you can see the cars produced and the cars sold. I've taken some values. And if you click on the second, you can see some data or information which is taken from the cards produced and the cards sold. But if you see there is something wrong in this data, right? There is something wrong. So this is all about many to many cardinality. So what we need to do is, we'll click on the model view. So yes, there is no link or the relationship between these tables. So the relationship is missing between this product type and the cars produced, product type and the cars sold, and cars produced and the cars sold, because it is many to many relationship. First, we will use one to many or many to one. So what is common in these two? ID car is common. just drag the ID car and drop it on ID car of product type. So we have a relationship. Just drag the ID car of car sold and drop it on product type ID car. So we have 1:many relationship. So we already studied these relationship. So we have linked between the product type cars produced, product type and cars sold. But we have not linked between the cars sold and cars produced. How do we do that? If you double click on this arrow right here, so the edit relationship just opens for you. So you can see this many to one relationship, right? Even you can see this cross filter direction. It's nothing but what we are doing right now, cross filter selection. So you need to select both over there and then click OK. So you can see bidirectional link has been updated. So we have many to many relationship now. Double click on this arrow mark right here. Just click on both and select OK. So it's bidirectional now. Now we have relationship between both the tables. Let us just check. Go to report view. So you can see the difference. Now we have the link between the tables and it's perfectly working fine for us. So this is about the many to many cardinality and cross filter selection. So this cross filter selection has two options, single and both. Single is for forward direction and both is for both the direction. So cross filter selection, I have already told you, forward direction and both the direction, that is single and both. So when I select something in one slicer, it reflects in another slicer, that is one direction. But if you select in second slicer and it also reflects in the first slicer, then it is both the direction. So if I make any changes in my cards sold, it will affect on the cards produced, or it will be affected on the product type because it is connected now. If you use both the direction, if you use forward direction, that single direction, if you make any changes in the card sold, it will not affect on my product type, nor it will affect on my cards produced. So this is a one beautiful component or a function of cross filter selection. Next, it is about the active properties. This is used to make relationship active or inactive. There are two options to go with. One is manage relationships and one is properties. I've already explained about the manage relationships and the properties, but let me just show you again with some additional information. So we are in our initial project which we had stopped before our last example. So here I am going to explain you about the active properties. If you right click on this, you find two options. Either you can delete this, click on delete. It will ask if you want to delete the relationships. No, I don't want to. If you want, you can delete the relationship. The other one is the properties option here. So you can use that option. You can find something called as make this relationship active. That is what this active property does. This is used to make relationship active or inactive. Now the property is active. I can make it inactive. I'll just click OK. Can you see the relationship between the dim region and the fact population is inactive now? You can see the dotted lines. To make it active again, Just right click on it or double tap. And just click on make this relationship active. You can even do this going to manage function, manage, and just untick, see it, the table which you want to inactive, don't want to keep that active. It's a fact population country ID and the dim region table. So the dim region and the fact population table, I'm just going to make it inactive. Just click on close. So you can see it's inactive now. Go back to manage relations, tick it, close. Now it's active again. Now, what if I give this country ID on my age ID? So my previous, this country ID and my ID, and this is for my country ID and my ID. So my country ID and country ID is active. This is my previous one. The recent one which I added, country ID and the age ID is inactive. It's right. I don't need it because I already have a connection or a relationship between the tables. So I don't need this. That is the reason you can see the second data which you are adding, it is inactive. Just right click on it and click on delete. Yes, delete. Just let me see what I've seen. Yes, now I have it right. Country ID and country ID. And this is for age ID and age ID. So this is what I wanted to explain about the cardinality, cross-filtering function and the active properties. So now we are good to go with the project. So let me explain more about this and we'll move further with our project and learn about the M language and the DAX language. M language is used in a query editor and DAX language is used in a data modeling. So we'll learn into that lecture in our next class.